Well, biodiversity is a word that is used in many contexts. You can be talking about species numbers, but also you can talk about species heterogeneity, or by heterogeneity in the characteristics of a species. So it's like a word that can have many uses. The focus of our project is in identifying and assessing different aspects of biodiversity and how this link with ecosystem services and ecosystem processes too. For example, how the abundance of species or of particular species could be important for several ecosystem services, while the heterogeneity in the nutrient quality could be important for other ecosystem services.
There are lots of organisations here at this summit. Everyone is pursuing their own particular targets. Some people are looking after frogs, other people are looking after forests. You've got fish, crabs. Does everyone work together? Do you feel people work together enough? Because from what you have been saying, if everything is interrelated, interlinked, then they all have to work together to actually achieve a result.
Well, I think that there are many initiatives of collaborative networks, and so both from the interdisciplinary way and from each discipline, there is a lot of collaboration now and also a lot of communication. But because of the many things that are, as you have said, related, sometimes it's maybe not possible to consider all aspects at the same time. But I think that both the networks that address some aspects of this, the natural aspect, the social aspects, and ideally also some networks that deal with different disciplines at the same time, could be useful, and of course, as if they are much related and you are aware of what the others are doing, at least, even if you are not working together, but being aware, that would be very important, at least for us.
Okay, and tell me about Latin America, because it's a fascinating continent. So many different forests. You've got the Amazon rainforest, the huge Patagonian highlands, hugely diverse, and obviously lots of indigenous peoples there too who have their own ancient practices and are still perhaps living in the same way that many of their predecessors hundreds of years ago. So tell me a bit about why this continent is so fascinating.
Well, I don't know what is fascinating. It's at least highly complex, as you said. We have a lot of difference in the culture aspects, so as we have mentioned, different social actors, and you can also have a lot of diversity, a lot of heterogeneity, diversity from the heterogeneity point of view. Even if in the places we are working, there are not much indigenous people, for example, but there are many social groups, even with the criollos people. So the societies are very complex, and sometimes they are very asymmetric. So they have these very different interests and, well, the different powers, and so, well, maybe that is fascinating. Also, it's very hard to work